Okay, so we are on Haboob. Okay, woodlines look so tiny here. Expecting them to be a bit bigger. But yeah, we have Mayans versus Tatars. And the eagle is forward for Kelar. Will Twepy save it? Does. Yeah, I'm with you, Baskets. Those woodlines look so... so tiny. Hussar from Twepy manages to snipe a Ville from Kelar. Will we get the second one? No, manages the garrison. And Step Lancers now coming forward for Twepy. Step Lancers are amazing at sniping Villes. Eagle numbers starting to rise for Kelar. And a few Step Lancers at home defensively as well, some going forward. Both players starting to mix in castles. Hasn't tapped that stone tile. I wonder if Twepy realises that. So, although there's enough around, it's probably unlikely for Kelar to get in to snipe the Villes. And Kelar keeping most of his military at home defensively at the moment. Step Lancers trying to dive in. There is a Ville to be sniped. Does manage to get it. 6 villagers for Kelar, 9 for Twepy. Kelar, oh, down to 5 again. Another villager sniped. Kelar trying to get those castles up with the villagers that have been picked off. Twepy managing to get their castle first. And now adding in some archery rangers. So Step Lancers plus Cav Archers and probably Keshiks as well. Yep. Kelar just building a market now. But that villager will get sniped by the Step Lancers. Twepy, no market yet either. Okay, castles are out, pushes the Step Lancers back for the time being, and Twepy now going into seed workshops. Shrub production starting. Step Lancers are such a fun unit. I wish we saw them more in RM. I hope everyone has been sufficiently hyped for JB returns. Hello, Atten. I mean, I did do a short stream yesterday. How was this Civ matchup? I personally think Mayans would generally be considered better in RM. However, that's largely an eco thing as they go along. They tend to get ahead with that. I couldn't actually tell you about DM. Late game Civ win for Tatars is what Atten's telling us. Makes sense. Is this a sign up for the Empire Wars tournament your hosting still open? Yes, Sean. Exclamation mark Magna Carta, I think. Lohab set up a command for me yesterday. Yeah, so it gives you a link to all the relevant information. I've been pushing it hard and like getting some numbers up, I think. But yeah, trying to beg, borrow, steal any favours from any big names out there that I can. But yeah, then exclamation mark Magna is a link to the new company my wife and I are starting, which I'll talk about more in between. Tatar long range shows may be good on such a close map. That is true, and with Cav Archers out, able to protect it a little bit better. Hey Black Sky, welcome, welcome. Do you want a top 10 Empire Wars team game player in it? Absolutely I do, BlackRock. I want anyone that wants to sign up involved. Come in. My wife and I are sponsoring it with our new company to just try and push publicity as much as possible, just get the name out there. Hopefully get a little bit of work from it, but unlikely, so just It might. You never know. But yeah, so we've got Plumes in the north fighting against Cav Archers, Step Lancers in the south of this little battle fighting against Halbs, as we do. I mean, Step Lancers are still actually relatively decent against Halb. Only 3 trebs at the moment for Twepy. His gold has run out. Needs to be starting to add in the gold eco. In the south of the map, Kelar going for some sneak barracks, ready to start eagle raiding. And they're arriving into the freshly made gold miners. Twepy consolidating position at the back of their base, adding in lots more eco, or trying to add in lots more eco. 82 villagers in the queue. Twepy again with Onager should be a good response to the Plumes. I assume in deathmatches everything's just kind of a little bit too fast to effectively micro too much. Eagle raids and now Halb raids in the south doing a lot of work. Pushed Twepy off of that gold completely for the time being. Kelar able to take advantage of the gold next to these barracks. His 19 range trebs are crazy. Still gets sniped by eagles. Kelar keeps his treb up and should take down this castle. A couple more shots. I'm surprised every time how many years Mayans can spam before they need eco. There's Mayan privilege, right? Okay, one more shot and that goes down. Kelar now adding TCs onto woods. Honors a shot going for the treb rather than for that ball of plumes. Probably for the best for Kelar. More raiding going on. Twepy really looking to expand that farming eco. Kelar hasn't done so. Kellar's almost out of food. Farm's only just coming up now. So that means no eagles, no halbs for the moment. Kellar's going to collect relics. Kelar just not producing any military. Is this normal? Would you normally get this far into a game and just not be producing military? I kind of assumed that you'd be constantly producing something and then trying to get the eco going alongside it. Twepy done a much better job. Does have 110 vills. 76 versus 76. Very, very even on the military count. Both players kind of settled back a little bit. I think Twepy could do with a few more trebs at this point. Cancel a couple of Keshiks, add in some trebs, and start trying to push this. Kellar's plumes just running forward to die. Does recognise it now and probably will have changed the gather point. And Keshik raids on the TCs in the back of Kellar's base will be dealt with by garrisoning, or halbs as now are there. And this position, sneak in the south. Halbs are coming to deal with it, but again, just no food, no wood. Kelar can't produce military here, so that should get cleaned up. There are 3 halbs, but there's a much bigger Keshik armor. Is the score a valid indicator for one's position in DM? That is a really good question. So yeah, as Darwin says, Kelar able to take 3 of the relics. Not contested at all. Rarely. I feel it actually is at the moment though. I feel Twepy is in the lead. Still got a decent bank of food and gold. Nearly 200 pop. Wood eco is just kind of kicking off. I think that's enough for what Twepy needs at the moment. Does now have the trebs. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Freaking Andy, thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome. speaking of Magna Carta, I believe Andy has already signed up, which I am looking forward to. Nice to have. Again, so many big deathmatch names come in today. I will be doing much more of this tournament, most likely on various channels. Okay, so Siege Ram's being added in by Twepy, tanking a bit of the plume fire. Big shots from the Ologist. Plumes do manage to run away, most of the mass staying alive. Eagle's trying to dive on the Cav Archers here. I think Twepy just played a little bit too passive here. Should have been more aggressive. Kelar struggling with the eco management in the middle. So yeah, I think there was an opportunity to push. Even now, okay, Halb and Plume being added. Trebs are now going to start pushing back the castles. More sneaks from Kelar. Kelar with these barracks at the back will be trying to start Halb raiding. Or Eagle raids even. Imagine flaming cows. I mean, we can all think it's a great idea, knowing full well it's not a great idea. Going flaming camels against a civ that doesn't get any form of cavalry. Okay, so Kelar has been able to add in some food eco, enough to get the Halb and Eagles production going. Probably still a little slow. We do have more Eagle raids. They feel like they're running all the way across the map at the moment. I don't know where the gather point's set to. Yeah, so they are going to die as they run past. Push here now coming from Twepy. Siege Rams coming across. Snipe the Treb of Kelar. Pulls back now. Well, yeah, I think I'd like to see Twepy just be a little bit more aggressive. I think Twepy's in a stronger position than they realise. Siege Rams coming in on this bottom side. Should be able to push back that castle. There is no military down here, no production. Most of Keller's focus is on this fight in the centre, or attempts to raid across the map in various places. Eagles trying to scramble, villagers coming across ready to go for some repairs. Actually Keller's done a very good job responding to that. We'll keep the castle up. And this castle in the centre though should go down. Twepy adding in guard towers just to try and hold that position a little bit better. Not sure how strong the odd guard tower will be here. Eagles dive in, kill the Treb, and now we'll pull back before losing too many to the Keshik and Hussar. That castle stay up. Kelar buying more stone, adding in another castle to secure some of that farming eco at the back. Buying two castles. Is there enough gold on this map to make that worthwhile? Oof. Not convinced by that move. Okay, so Hussar raiding is about to start now for Kelar. Castle will go up, but Hussars dive on the villagers and will just run straight past. 7 pierce armor. And this is a really nice move from Twepy. Stonewalling this side of the map. We'll finish taking this gold. There isn't too much left, but that gives safer space to farm at the back here. Kelar is adding in siege workshops there. ready to try and push that area. Plume mass up to 54. 103, 105 military for Kelar versus only 70 for Twepy. Trebs are going to try and take down the castle. Siege rams going down to Halves, and Halves now need to try and protect the Plumes. Should be able to do so. Plumes can dive back in now and fight against the Cav Archers again. Castle goes down for Twepy. Kelar continuing to push in this area. There is a gold there. About 1,000 gold remaining on it. Twepy sending a lot of villagers. I think we should be able to take most of that before. No stone for them. Very slow push there in the north. Both players again just kind of pulling back. I say that as they then run forward again. Yeah, Oranger's keeping Kelar honest for the time being. Okay, now the Siege Ram pushes. Sorry. Yeah, the Siege Ram push is being dealt with by villagers, although the second one is staying alive, and unless Kelar reacts, it's just going to slowly sneak down that castle. Would more Onager make sense for Twepy? Got a decent bank of resources. Kelar pulling back to the safety of the castle, but how long will that be a safe position to be in? 3 Trebs firing, that could be, needs to set another volley. Polar, thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome. And yeah, that castle goes down. I think this might spell the DG. Kelar still with decent military numbers, but I think this is kind of a bit of a snowball position. Siege Ram starting to come forward for Kelar, but Twepy has military there. Hussars going to start taking them out. Hussars diving on the repair vills, and Twepy can take down this TC and Treb from so far back. Hussar diving again, so that Treb will die to this. I'd like to see Twepy just like fill this area with farms and then go full on Hussar spam. Tatars get fantastic Hussar. Just needs probably another 20 to 30 farmers. And then, yeah, be in a position to just keep sending them in. Hussars raiding is happening in small numbers. There are helps back here, so Hussar will die to that eventually. A few Kesheks as well. And military numbers for Kelar continuing to dwindle. KD, yeah, it's rough. Okay, another. Twepy still has Celts in his draft, right? I believe so. Celt, Heath, and Persians. Nice. Hey, Salty. First Lith, Hindu, and Berber. I'll need your guys' expertise as to which are good combinations there, or good matchups. Celt should win all of them. Okay, again, Twepy in no rush to push forward. Hussar raids are gradually starting. Farmers up to 66. Gold looks to have run out now. Gold is out for both players. Kelar going now full Haub. And there's still a decent ball of Cav Archers. I think I'd like to see Twepy just pulling them back now, get them way out of danger, just sit behind, don't take any risks, don't lose them needlessly to Haub as they sneak in. And in the meantime, just raid to death. Like, this should just be flooded with Hussar for my liking. Big push coming on the right hand side. That mill will get taken down. There we go. A lot of siege rounds coming. Cav Archers again having to pull away. Just no need to be sat anywhere risky. The numbers there are going to be so important in dealing with the Haubs. We've just had a little speed up, so it could be end of the game coming soon. Oh no, it's 2 times speed. I'm an idiot. Deathmatch is on 2 times speed. What a plan. Sorry about that. Okay, so Twepy looking to utilise mobility coming down to the south here with siege ramp. Get it together, JBR. I'm sorry, Baskets. I apologise wholeheartedly. I'm letting you down. And Haub raids starting for Twepy. Don't think it's going to do too much under these castles. Not as effective as Hussar. So yeah. And it means that the Hussars are coming in from both sides here. Siege ram coming forward as well. I'd like to see Twepy try and steal these. He is. He's adding in a couple of monks. Baskets pretty good at our end. Baskets is pretty good at our end. And just a very decent human being. Twepy just struggling for the meat shield here. Keeping those Cav Archers alive, which is going to be super important for him, I think. But yeah, the Hussar now just not there. Okay, adding in way more farms. This is what we wanted to see, or what I wanted to see. Numbers just doing a really good job pushing this back. Come back, is it? Felt like such a strong position for Kelar. Kelar has managed to build another monastery somewhere, has a monk out, and I think is still maintaining these relics. More hype. Sorry, I don't do hype very well. I'm British. We're meant to stay, I would say, calm. I really mean boring. How raids coming in from Kelar. Twepy needs to follow the same example. There we go. Hussar diving up. Just a few men vibes. Okay, Hussar going into raid at the back. Should deny these siege workshops probably. Are these siege workshops as a wall off? Or is it actual production buildings? I think it looks like walling. Hussar run into the Haub. A little bit of an oof, but doesn't matter. It's pulling the halbs out of position. Means that the cav archers can deal with this. Twepy should mass a bit before engaging again. I think Twepy needs to just keep that CA mass alive, but needs to just be constant raiding. 90 farmers, that's great, but have everything coming into this farming eco. They're coming in again to the south. Onagers, I think, will be a big thing here. Keller's going to struggle to deal with. Needs to be very careful. Say that their best friends are decent human beings, so they apparently are absolutely unable to hide anything. Exactly. Kelar is really good at dealing with raids, as far as I know, at least in our RM games. Okay, nice. And doing some good raids of his own. Again, how raids are awkward for Twepy, because the most logical unit that he'd send to deal with this is a Hussar, which then the halbs can turn around and kill. LG has subscribed for 24 months in a row. That means I've been doing this for 2 years now. Wow. Didn't even register. Cheers, mate. Really appreciate your support over that time. Either that or you've just left the sub on and forgotten, right? Okay, Onager pushing forward, gets a shot off. Good reactions from Kelar. Pulls the plumes away. Splits around the shot. Kelar's micro is nice. That's precisely it. That's what I thought. How good. Massive halbs coming in from the north there. Going to try and push back these stables. Big fight in the centre. Kelar nicely diving into the castle with his plumes, trying to keep those numbers as intact as possible. You should be able to do exclamation mark rank and then their name. I think I've got that set up. Halbs now in the farming eco again. I think he's never played RM. Nice. Okay, Hussar meeting halbs again. Has to pull back. Seed Ram will take out these stables. And I don't know, this is looking a bit bad again for Twepy. It is the comeback here. Keller's managed to get all through. Oh, well, got the 3 relics back to his base. Plenty of farms here ready to be utilised. 24 plumes still. He's keeping the ball alive. All Twepy has to do is constant Hussar raids and this is over. I completely agree, Polar. I've been saying that for 20 minutes, I think. Like, the Hussar that Tatars get are excellent. Send them in. Do the damage. Like, Kelar doesn't have a massive production queue. Well, he just adds in 20 new halbs to the queue. But yeah, just like constantly raid the farms. This castle looks a little bit vulnerable. There is a treb now for Kelar, for Twepy, sorry. They'll try and push at the front. And again, this is a chance for Kelar to dive forward. Big onager shots on his own Hussar. These are the raids that we've been wanting to see. But the Hussar numbers are not here. Ooh. big shot coming from the onagers. Manages to dive away again, and Twepy now having to pull his cav archers away from the onrushing Alps. Whole wood line killed in the north there. Kelar down to 91 villagers. That's past that I had, now I'm hungry. I am keen for coffee. That's what I'm after soon. I think after this game, before the next one, I need to go and pick up baby. Disturbing. His mother's sleep. Okay, big mass of Hussar now trying to dive. I think there's a fight to be had. Again, the plumes managed to run away. Hussar just melting to helps. Is it normal now to have ads in the middle of the stream? It is, I'm afraid. Yeah. I mean, I could do sell out and say you can stop it by subscribing, but I'm a small, insignificant streamer. There is a like Twitch bigger subscription service thing that means you have no ads on anyone's channels. I can't remember what it's called, but I've heard people talk about it a lot. Ooh, again, the good reactions from Kelar, keeping the plume mass alive. If he lost that to these onager shots, I think it would be over. Hussar now back here raiding again. I think these stables are kind of a wall as much as anything. And again here, although there is a gap that side. Trebs taking shots. I forget how far Tatar Trebs can fire. Mental. Okay, Haub numbers have dwindled. Hussar could have dived in. They don't. They pull back a little bit. Onagers picking off a few more plumes. And last Treb shot has fired. Castle goes down. Still 4 more back in the base for Kelar. Hussar will go straight back to that woodline again. At least the Twitch AI should be smart at their ads and show things interesting. Yeah, I think Twitch is weirdly way behind the likes of Google for advertising. At least no one is missing upgrades. Keep checking at the top, that's new to me as a mostly RM watcher to not do. That is true. I was thinking that about a skirm switch a little bit earlier, and then I remembered as well. Some nice raiding here for Twepy, and Kelar calls the GG. Well played. That was a bit of a slog for these two. Right, I'm going to run very quickly to go and grab baby in between this and the next one.